mentioned your leadership with the hearing yesterday, in Commerce, which we really appreciated, your work on the App Store bill and other things. So thank you very much. I thought I would just ask a few of you who haven't been able to talk one question each, talked very briefly. Judge Kumar, since 2015, you've served as the presiding judge, mostly for your family, right? We must ask one question. You served as the presiding judge of the Oakland County Circuit Court's Adult Treatment Center, is that right?
Adult Treatment Court, yes.
Adult Treatment Court. And I've long been an advocate of alternatives to incarceration. And I've been, when I was a prosecutor and then also here in this place, I pushed to increase funding for drug treatment courts. In Hennepin County, we actually had one of the first major drug treatment courts even before I got there. And can you talk a bit about the adult treatment court, why these kinds of programs are so important and why these alternatives? We now have some federal drug courts, as you know, but why don't you talk a little bit about this?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. That is a program that I am immensely proud of. I did serve as the presiding judge of our treatment court for over 5 years. It's amazing to see the transformation of these people who might have mental health issues. I actually handled both a mental health docket and a substance abuse docket, providing them treatment, helping them get employment, helping them get education. We actually had a graduation yesterday. I was unable to attend because I was here. I did send them a video, though, so I'm thinking of my participants today. The most amazing part is at graduation, the participants come up and their booking shots are shown, and then we see them stand before us, and that is amazing. It's amazing to see the transformation, and I know that they derive so much benefit from that program. It is so much more important than incarceration, particularly the treatment, and I know they are always grateful, and it's wonderful to watch their transformation and see them grow and be productive citizens.
Thank you. I, too, have gone to these graduations, and one of the most incredible things that I've seen in some of our more mid-sized communities, yours is a little bigger, but the people that graduate get to be friends through the program, and they stay friends, and even in some larger towns they do this, and really helps give them support when they get out. So
Yes.
Thank you for your work in that area.
Thank you, Senator.
Ms. Lerner, during your time heading the Office of Special Counsel, you received support from both Democrats and Republicans. As was noted, my colleague Senator Grassley sent a letter to the White House counsel in 2017 in support of your nomination to serve a second term, writing that you had built trust and confidence on both sides of the aisle in your ability to objectively and diligently pursue the office's mission. In your view, how has your approach to the law led you to have broad support from people across the political spectrum, and how will that experience leading the special counsel impact your approach to serving on the Court of Federal Claims?
Thank you for that question, Senator. I am really proud of my service, the Office of Special Counsel, and of the nonpartisan approach that I took to enforcing the law and making sure that government operated fairly and efficiently and effectively. And I had an even-handed, fair approach, I believe, that resulted in bipartisan support for my renomination. And, you know, as a mediator now with the court, I have taken some of those same skills, and I think it's really important to be neutral and give everyone who appears before you the feeling that they're going to be heard and that you don't have an agenda. And so that same approach that I took when I was special counsel, that I take now as a mediator, I would bring with me if I am confirmed to a seat on the Court of Federal Claims.
Excellent. Thank you. Ms. Beckering, I want to talk briefly about the importance of precedent, and U.S. District judges are bound to follow the precedent of their corresponding circuit court, Supreme Court. In your role as appellate judge on the Michigan Court of Appeals, your case record indicates you strongly adhere to relevant precedent when presiding over both civil and criminal cases. How do you view the role of precedent in our legal system, even binding precedent that you may think is wrongly decided?
I believe that binding or precedent is very important because it contributes to the even-handed, predictable stability of the law and the consistent development of legal principles. And therefore, I think that it contributes to the actual and appearance of the integrity of the court. It is not an inexorable command, but in my role, sitting as a Court of Appeals judge, it is what I do. I follow precedent. And if I were to become a federal district judge, I would follow precedent.
Not very good. And I noted that one of your quotes where you said, "My judicial philosophy is that judges should take off their partisan hats when they sit on the bench and treat all comers fairly and impartially. They should treat individuals and corporations alike, and they should make their rulings based on the rule of law, not on a political agenda." I assume you still hold that view. Do you want to add anything to that?
Thank you for that question. I ran for the Supreme Court because I felt very strongly that while I enjoyed being an advocate and representing my clients, and I felt the advocacy process is so valuable, I wanted to serve the state at a greater level. And so I took my philosophy with me to the bench, which is to be fair and impartial always, and I take that into account in every single case.
Okay, very good. Last but not least, Mr. Bonilla, on the side of the Court of Federal Courts Claim House is a quote from Lincoln that says, "It is much the duty of government to render prompt justice against itself in favor of citizens as it is to administer the same between private individuals." Can you discuss the importance of the role of the Court of Federal Claims, and if confirmed, how you intend to apply the sentiment expressed by Lincoln?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Senator. Having spent the better part of a decade practicing before that court, I understand the importance to the American citizens that the government hold itself accountable for its actions. As far as my handling of my docket, I will follow the guidance and example of the judge I had the privilege of clerking for, Judge Garrett Brown, the District of New Jersey, who was the most prepared in the courtroom of all the parties, knew the record better than any party, knew the law better than anyone else, and decided all cases promptly and made sure that everyone who walked out of his courtroom understood that the judge was well prepared and would rule based upon the facts and the law and nothing else.
Very, very good. And I do want the record to note here that if confirmed, you'll be the first Latino to serve as the judge on the Court of Federal Claims, which is a pretty cool thing.
Thank you, Senator.
Okay, very good. Well, this has been a really good hearing. We had good attendance despite the strange hour. I have a feeling all your families are really hungry and want to have lunch. Is that true of you, Cantor children? Okay, good. Well, good. I'm glad maybe you want more questions on antitrust we could ask you. That's all right. Okay, good. We're okay. Okay, you're good. All right. Very good. Well, thank you. And are we leaving the record open here, guys?